Hi, this is Amber with today's Take a Breather Tech Minute, and today we're going to talk about Google Chat and settings so that you can get more out of using Google Chat during Learn from Home. So let's take a look. I'm going to take you over to Google Chat, and the first thing that we're going to do is look at settings, and that's the gear in the top right hand corner. Then click on settings. So let's talk a little bit about these settings. First of all, when I'm using this on my desktop or on my Chromebook, I want to make sure that I have push notifications turned on so that it plays sounds. This means if students are trying to message me, I will actually hear a notification if I'm on another tab. So you can decide if you want to get push notifications for any of these reasons: all messages, new threads, threads I'm following, or only direct messages. I choose to get them for all messages so that I won't miss anything. So the next is a mobile setting. So if you're using the app, this is your mobile setting screen. So I'm going to go down to the email box. Now I love this because sometimes I have to step away and I don't hear a sound, or I'm on a phone call and I miss a sound. So I like to receive an email if I haven't read a message. And you can choose to have this off, or if you get a direct message or if you're mentioned in a message, you'll get an email if it's unread. I love that feature. Also, Smart Reply is a great thing. I've been using it in email for a while, and that's where Google kind of predicts how you might answer something. I like leaving Smart Replies on so that when you are getting a message from someone, it gives you some little choices at the top, and you can choose one, and I'll show you that live in just a minute. So I actually leave that enabled because sometimes it's super helpful and quick if I have several chats going on at once. Also, if you've blocked anyone for chat for some reason, this is where you will manage those. So when you finish changing your settings, you can close it and return to your chat screen. Because oftentimes I'm on another tab working, I want to make sure that I'm notified when I receive a chat from someone. So there are two things that you will get. One is you will get a visual indicator that a chat has been sent, and the second is you will get an auditory sound, like that one, that a chat has been sent. So notice how this chat tab is now flashing. So that gives me a visual cue, but I also got that auditory cue. So I can return to that tab, and I notice I have a new message from Fake Student. So do I know Fake Student? Yes, of course I know Fake Student. And so now I've got a question. Okay, so notice these are those automatic responses that you can use. So I'm going to go ahead and use one of those. You just simply click on it and hit return. And then as the student starts writing, you'll see that there are 3 dots showing that there's a response being written. When trying to reply to the student, you have some options. You can simply type your explanations, but there are some other things that might be more helpful. So there's a way that you can upload a file. So if I'd taken a screenshot and maybe drawn some arrows on where they click to submit their assignment, that would be one thing that I could upload to answer this question. There's also an add to Google Drive file. Now, I happen to have a student guide for how to use Google Classroom, and so I'm going to go ahead and attach that. So I'm going to search for it in my drive, select it, and you'll notice that it attaches it, and I can use this section, and I can say see turning in assignment section. So then as soon as I hit send, then they're going to be able to click and access that document. Now, when you're sharing files through Google Chat, it does give view permissions to anything that you link or add into the chat. If anyone else is added to that chat, or if it's in a chat room, anyone who has access to that room will also receive those rights. So the other thing I wanted to remind you of while I'm here is if the student needed video support, I would not click on Add Video Meeting from here. This is not the option I'm going to use for communicating with students through Google Meet. I'm either going to use the Google Classroom method for using Meet, or I'm going to use the nickname method, but I won't use this one. The other icon that is there that probably your students have seen and you know exactly how to use it is going to be your emoji, and those are kind of fun to add some things to. But I did want to show you, you can also add an emoji on a statement that's kind of like a vote. So this thanks for your help one, maybe I appreciate that he said thanks. And so I might, you know, send him a thumbs up, and you'll notice it just puts a little symbol down here, your reaction to it, and then how many people react with that same reaction. Now there are only 2 of us in here, so it's only ever going to say 1, but I did just want to show you that that's there. So those are some simple ways to support your students, but do make sure you go into settings and make sure your settings have audio on, so you're always going to get that little alert from flashing and from audio. So don't forget, this is the best way you have to communicate with your students right now virtually is through Google Meet and Google Chat. So let's make sure our settings are appropriate so we don't miss a thing. And while you're in between waiting for those messages and chats, just make sure you take some time to take a breather. Have a great day.